So I was saying, in the absence of clarity, take action. But here's what happens. Let's just say you're a little bit frozen, you're on a fence, over here is one decision and over here is another decision. And you're not clear. My decision is jump either way. Or absolutely agree that you're not going to make a decision no matter what. You're not going to torture yourself for periods of time. But typically I jump one way or the other. And what ends up happening is it either blows up in my face or it works out. And here's what happens. Here's the extraordinary thing. If you do two things simultaneously, one is simplify your life, letting go of your life. So entrepreneurs today need 3 or 4 businesses, okay? Or feel they need 3 or 4 businesses, or it's become the norm. I'm not saying it's all wrong. It's not a judgment. It's just an invitation to consider, is that really serving me? Is that really serving me and therefore my audience, or my clients, or my consumers, or whatever the chain is? Or is that me just being busy and justifying and rationalizing this is the way I need to be? Simplify your life and then take action in the absence of clarity. So in the absence of clarity, take action. And what happens is as you take action and it blows up in your face, and as it goes well, it blows up in your face and goes well, as you simplify, because intuition needs space. Intuition needs space. I use the word intuition, but we can replace that word with anything, spirit, soul, whatever. It needs space. Okay? It's a whisper in our soul. Some of us don't even have, some people right now don't even feel they have intuition anymore. Some people think they were never born with it. Everyone's born with it. And it was a fucking roaring lion and tiger when you were 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 and 6 and 7 until you were about 10 or 12 years old, before you started reaching over in the playground and picking up that mask and putting it on to fit into society, and then picking up another mask and putting it on and pretending to be somebody you're not, and then picking up another mask and going after a degree because you wanted your father to give you the approval, and then reaching over and doing another mask and chasing something else that wasn't authentically yours. The intuition is a roaring tiger. It still is. It's just you're not listening to it because you're too busy in your head. And the more I took action, the more I lent in, the more I simplified my life. Now it's just intuitive. Brian walked up. I didn't know Brian from anybody. I looked into his eyes. I saw how he approached me. I'm in. Now, some of you might be thinking, I'm sorry Brian never met him, but that's neither here nor there. I can't control that now. It's too late. But I'm in. I lean into people, okay? I don't look at Brian and go, oh, he's got a list of 20,000 people. Now, if I do that, then I could sell something and ups. That's not how I operate. There was a point in my life, that's how I operated. And now I'm getting phone calls from people who say, I want you to be on my podcast. I want you to come and speak to my clients. I want you to come to my organization. And I want you to come and, some guy asked me recently to go to Santa Barbara and do a one-day workshop with his executive team off-site. All of these incredible things are happening and I'm loving it. So create space, but don't allow it to paralyze you. And keep taking action. And what you'll find is, for me, what happens, my stats were like this. 80% of my action went to shit. Just felt like everything I was doing was wasn't going well. And then it started, just kept going. I kept doing it. And I can honestly say, 80% now, if not more, and I don't want to seem arrogant or complacent on this, because when you think you're happy, when you think you're figured out, the best time to seek help and advice is when everything's rocking and rolling. Best time to get marriage support is when the marriage is at its best. Because you've just moved from a place of awareness to complacency and it just creeps in and you don't even know it. When everything's going well for me, that's when I seek help. Always. Sorry, always sounds like ever. Always in the last 5 years. So does that make some sense what I've just said? Hopefully it does.